Hello everyone, Finn and Flask here. So, it's been a little while since I had an upload, and I think I'm going to give you a little bit of a channel update. Things have been very busy for me lately. I've been kind of running around all over the place for the past couple weeks, and generally speaking, the two busiest times a year for me are in the spring and then in the fall. Because in the spring, I got to open up my camp for the summer, and in the fall, it's usually going up there and spending a lot of time hunting and stuff like that. That's what I really like to do. But this spring was exceptionally busy because I had to do a few things for friends. So my friend Evan, who has been in a lot of my videos, his mother was moving in with his sister. His sister lives in Michigan. So I drove out to Michigan to go help her move there. And I came back. And on the way back, I stopped at Niagara Falls. It was a pretty cool little trip. I'll show you a picture of it. When I was out in Michigan, my friend's husband, he gave me a piece of walnut that's really, really nice. So I'm hoping to put that aside for the fall or winter for me to make some weapons with it. I'm really hoping for it. I'll show you the piece of walnut here. I came home and I went and did a woods walk, which was pretty fun. Then the next thing is I went up to Grand Lake Stream. I used to be a Maine hunting and fishing guide, and I worked for a couple nice lodges up there. I worked for Weatherby's, which is in Grand Lake Stream. I worked at Grant's Kennebago camps, specifically doing bird hunting. But this spring, in Grand Lake Stream, I went up to go help him open up his camp. And we basically clean the yard and open up all the building and stuff like that early in the year before customers start coming in. So I went to Grand Lake Stream and it was great. I had a really good time in Grand Lake Stream. Also recently, I've been going through some issues with one of my dogs. My dogs make their way into some of the videos here and there. And my Springer this winter was on death's door because of a prostate infection. And it was a kind of a big deal, but we managed to fight that off. And recently I had to get him fixed, so he didn't come with me to Grand Lake Stream. But he's in good health, and hopefully he has more life in him, because it seemed as though originally he had cancer, and because he had a mass about that big inside of him. It was really bad, but we managed to fight off the infection, and he pulled it out. Some other things that I have been working on are my shop. I've been spending a lot of time in my shop just organizing and cleaning my shop, trying to get it to be more efficient, because I used to actually run a business out of the shop doing carpentry work and stuff, and I started renovating it years ago, and I kind of dropped the ball and things kind of just, I don't know, were disorganized. So I spent a lot of time organizing things in there. And I've also been making a lot of horns in there. Well, not a lot. I've been messing around with building horns. I'll show you a couple that I've been building. So I started off making this horn right here. Just a nice, really simple horn with a walnut plug. And here's another one I've been working on. I also made this one right here. Another walnut plug. And I made this faceted horn. This one's pretty much done. I have the plug up in the shop drying. I also have this massive horn that I got. I'm going to be doing a little scrimshaw on some of these ones just to see how they come out. And with this one, I'm hoping to make a map horn. It's really nice. It's pretty big and it fits right. So I'm pretty happy with this. So another thing that I want to bring up is it seems as though every day I'm getting comments about me flinching when I'm shooting Flintlock. It's a little... I realize that I have a flinch when I do it. I think there's a couple problems here. Well, one is, generally speaking, since I got out of the Marine Corps, I have been shooting shotguns pretty much exclusively. I haven't been shooting a lot of rifles. So one of the things that I do is I take my head off the rifle. And I think that's something that I've picked up from bird hunting, because I'll shoot and I want to look and see if I hit the bird and stuff like that. So I definitely got to work on that, and got to start thinking of these things as two different things. And also, the flintlock that I've been shooting most is my Pedersoli. And the lock is on the slow side, and it's got a super heavy trigger pull. So I think that's compounding things with this for me. But I've been practicing with it by putting a block of wood in there and dry firing it to try to get better at it. But I think I want to try to see if I can get another flintlock rifle that has a hair trigger, and that might really help me. When I opened up the channel, I kind of wanted it to be a little bit of everything, you know, hunting, fishing, black powder, cooking and stuff like that. And I found that it isn't really working out having them all on one channel. So I've actually opened up another channel specifically for fly fishing. And if any of you are interested in fly fishing, you can actually see my trip that I did to Grand Lake Stream. That video should be uploaded very soon. I'm still editing it. It's actually kind of a slog of an edit, because there's so many things going on in that video. But it'll show you a little bit about my experience in Grand Lake Stream last week. And I definitely do a lot of fishing on the side as well, especially this time of year. The spring, I love going to Maine and fishing like the Rapid, McGalloway. I like going to Grand Lake Stream, but I don't go to Grand Lake Stream every year because it's really far away. I try to get there though, like probably every other year I try to get there, usually early in the season. And that's what happened this year. So if you guys like fishing and stuff like that, you can definitely check that out. It was known before in the past. I actually opened that channel many years ago, and it never really went anywhere. And the name I used was East Coast Fly Fisherman. But I'm going to try to rename it to Fin and Flask Fly Fishing. I'm also going to open up a cooking channel, which is going to probably do a lot of things with, like, say, when I go meat fishing, you know, because I go meat fishing with my uncle, I go clamming and stuff like that in the ocean. And those it'll be like a little bit of a vlog thing where I'm doing some activity and then I go home and cook it. And also a lot of stuff left over from all the hunting I've been doing, say down in Texas and Maine and Vermont and Mass, and because I travel quite a bit for hunting. So there'll be like little segments of that stuff in there. Like I might start doing a little archery stuff. I'm going to keep that away from the Black Powder channel. And that channel is not ready anytime soon. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about what's coming up next. So not this week, coming next week, I'm going to be going up to camp and opening up for the season. I'm probably going to do a little fishing up there, and those are going to be found on Fin and Flask Fly Fishing. And I'm probably going to do a little shooting as well. I'm going to get a couple shooting videos in. I'm going to be doing some shotgun videos, and I'm going to be shooting over a chronograph. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bunch of different styles of wadding and charges to see how it actually impacts the velocity. I'm going to do probably wasp nest, I'm going to do some felt, I'm going to do some leather, maybe some paper, and just see how all these different wadding materials affect the speed and pattern. I'm also probably going to do with wads as well. I'm going to probably make them separate videos. I think that'll be informative information for everybody, because it seems as though everybody just talks about basically the pattern in the black powder community. Because the majority of people like just hunt turkeys with them, I believe. But since I hunt birds with them, I really want to know what the pattern does and the velocity and stuff like that. because you have to think about things like shot string. Well, shot string is not really that big of an issue, but it can be. But the biggest thing is, well, a lot of people want a tight pattern so they can shoot a turkey in the head, where I kind of want an open pattern because I'm wing shooting, and I want to be able to hit something. And grouse and woodcock are pretty wild birds that just do whatever they want. So the bigger the pattern, the better in general. But you also need to have velocity to knock them out of the sky. So this will be good information for everybody to have. So to wrap things up, basically, big things going on are my new channels and of course my future content. So I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe to my videos. If you're interested in my fishing content, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe there. I'm going to try to change the name of my channel to Fin and Flask Fly Fishing. But if you can't, look for it under East Coast Fly Fisherman. And in the future update, I'll let you know how things go with my cooking channel. And I appreciate you watching my videos as always. Thank you. Have a nice day.